Good afternoon. It is one of the last days of August, which means it's time to bring you the August infrastructure update here from the Cohen Group Northwest, featuring Mr. Max Burridge and myself. And this time around, we're bringing you all projects that I just learned about that are going to be happening in the next 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years in our community. So don't be looking for any construction signs yet on these projects, but here's some things you might be hearing more about in the coming months and years.
First up, we've got a railroad trestle in Whatcom Falls Park. If you visited the park in the last couple of years, you might have noticed they've rerouted the trail a little bit to bring awareness to that project coming up. And that is officially where this railroad trestle will be removed. And we're imagining there will be some sort of new bridge to get across there, ban that gap.
Yeah, they didn't have any site plans or diagrams yet on the website, but there was talk about what the budget is going to look like. Then to my inexperienced eyes, it seemed too much to just be a demolition budget.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
Here's hoping there's some new cool stuff coming to Whatcom Falls Park.
All right. Coming up, we've got James Street and Bakerview. We're either going to see either a roundabout or a widened roadway for a left turn lane with construction anticipated coming next summer, depending on funding.
Do you drive that area much?
I don't too often, but when I do, I notice the need for this.
Yeah. Speaking of the King Mountain area, so that whole neighborhood was annexed to Bellingham, I believe about the end of 2009 or so. So it's a relatively new part of our city. And there's discussion about the need for a new elementary school in that area. It was referenced in the Bellingham school district bond that passed earlier this year. And so there's plans in place for creating what are called safe routes. Those are capitalized for school children. So things like more sidewalks, crosswalks, lighted crosswalks, basically kind of getting this infrastructure set up so that a future long-term elementary school could be built in that area.
Okay, excellent. And for all you folks who are fans of the Boulevard area, we've got some changes coming to the park. Some big improvements. We've got a site map that's planning for the removal of the rip wrap. And Tiffany, what is rip wrap?
I had to Google it along with several other terms in that article. And from what I'm understanding, it's the huge pile of boulders essentially that hold up the side of the beach.
Totally. And having been there, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So that all makes sense. They'll be moving a few parts of the trail to different locations. With that construction, we're still looking a few years out, potentially 2025. We've seen a lot of changes come into Boulevard Park over the last couple of years. So stay tuned and look for those changes in the coming years. In working our way back north to the King Mountain area from Boulevard, we've got some plans for a future trail extension around the Sunset Pond. We're going to do a loop trail around the pond with a boardwalk over the wetlands and a connector to Iron Gate Road, with that construction projected to start in 2024.
In the Pacific Northwest, we've got 4 seasons.
Yes.
Rain, 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 and construction.
Those are the seasons we've got. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
So we'll see that continuing on into the years ahead. As always, seeing these changes, repairs, and improvements made to our parks, our streets, and our infrastructure. And as always, as we find out about new projects, especially the ones that we're the most excited about, we'll continue to share those with you each and every month. And that, friends, was this month's Infrastructure Update with
Max Burridge
and Tiffany Holden. We'll see you next time.